Chirp family, what's going on? It's your boy HeIsMellowD, Mellow, Jello, Drippy, whatever you want to call me. And we are back with another episode of Ima Shut Up podcast. This is episode 72. I hope everyone's having a good day out there. If you're not having a good day, go do something to make sure you have a good day, because who's in charge of your happiness? You are. Before we get started, make sure y'all liking, commenting, sharing, following, subscribing, all of that good stuff so this podcast can grow. As I said, this is episode 72. So this is the Michael Perry, no, not Michael Perry, I think William Perry. Yeah, that's his name, William Perry. They used to call him the Fridge. He was a offensive lineman that played for the Bears in the 80s. But like they used to give him the ball on goal lines. Like on the goal line or whatever, he would score the touchdown. So shout out to you, William Perry. I think they used to call him like William Refrigerator Perry or something like that. But shout out to you. It's your episode. As y'all see, we are back, and we're coming right back with another episode for from last week. Trying to stay on it. Yeah, if you're watching this, you see I put a new addition to the wall, because I think on my clips, like on TikTok, the clips got flagged for nudity. And I'm like, I wasn't talking about anything or showing any nudity in any of my clips, but then I looked at the wall, and those are butts. Those was butts, so we just covered them up. So we'll see on this go around with the clips and see on TikTok if that's what it was. But yeah, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, so let's just jump right into everything. The craziest thing that happened over the weekend in my life, I guess I should say, John Cena turned heel. Like, John Cena turned heel. That was crazy. That was crazy as hell. He beat up Cody Rhodes off after The Rock gave him the whatever he did with his hand. But yeah, John Cena turned heel. He beat up Cody Rhodes. And for some reason, Travis Scott was there. Like, I get why he was there. I'm guessing, because, like, it's Travis Scott. He's a popular artist. It's supposed to be, like, crossing brands and all that other stuff. Yeah, marketing, blah, 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 analysis. But somebody should have gave him some wrestling tips or something. He really smacked the shit out of Cody Rhodes. And to me, it looked like he didn't really know what he was doing, because he pulled Cody Rhodes up and it was like holding his face in his hand or whatever. And then right after he did that, John Cena pushed him right back down. So it was like, clearly he was supposed to be laying down. But yeah, that was cool. Travis Scott was there, smoking weed in there. Yo, wrestling is crazy right now. Like, they dropped a F-bomb. Cody Rhodes told The Rock to go fuck himself. And then I think it was... I think Michael Cole said shit. I forget exactly how he said it. I was paying attention watching it, and then I heard Michael Cole curse. I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, they going crazy. So, I don't think it's going to be PG going further too much longer. That's just my thought, but yeah, I was loving that shit. Also, too, on this, all this happened at Elimination Chamber. We found out what if you've been following wrestling, you know what's going on. But if you haven't, real quick synopsis. It was Bianca and Jade Cargil. They was the tag team champions. Then Jade Cargil got ambushed by what WWE and everybody was playing up to be Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, because they got beef with them. So it was just like, y'all is the typical culprit and target to do this. So yeah, that's what that was. They're in the Elimination Chamber. Naomi and Liv is about to fight each other in the Elimination Chamber. And then Jade Cargil comes out flying down. Well, not really flying. She was walking. Jade Cargil looks so damn good. But she was walking on like muscle bound and all that shit. So she walking down the ring. Liv looking like, oh damn, I'm about to get my ass beat. Naomi was kind of looking back at Bianca. Bianca was taking off her jacket, whatever. They didn't really talk about that, but if you was watching, that's what was happening. Yeah, but then Jade come in the ring and beat the shit out of Naomi. Beat the shit out of her, yo. She beat the shit out of her. And then Bianca is going crazy because she's in the elimination chamber. Like, she can't get out until, like, her number is called, basically. So, yeah, she can't really do anything to stop her friends from fighting. Jade Cargil's beating the shit out of Naomi. And, yeah. Liv is just there like, I told you so, it wasn't me, I told you so, da-da-da-da-da. And, yeah, so that looks like that's going to be a good story angle. And also, Rhea Ripley lost the belt on Monday Night Raw to Io Sky. Shout out to Io Sky, I fuck with her. I like Io Sky, but I love Rhea Ripley, but I respect Io Sky and everything, so, yeah. It's going to be Bianca versus Io Sky at WrestleMania. I wonder how they're going to play the whole Jade Naomi story, though, because it's like Io and Bianca are kind of cool. They don't really have any beef for real. So, like, how they going to intertwine that into the story? I don't know. We'll see. They be cooking up over there. Shout out to Triple H. That boy is cooking for real. He is cooking. People coming at him on the internet, I don't care about all that. I think Triple H is cooking at the chief content officer. I think that's what it is. So, yeah. Shout out to that. My boy is over there cooking. Excuse me. Nextly, real quick, just a Trump check-in, because I know that's your boy. He signed an executive order making English the official language of America. So, I guess the people, this is a very niche thing, but I guess those people, cheesesteak owner store in from Philly, and like this was like 02, 03. I remember it was like a big thing. I'm from South Jersey areas. Like, it was a big thing on the news that these store owners was putting up signs in these stores that said, "This is America, speak English." Right? So I know they happy as hell right now, because they like, yes, I feel seen. You feel me? But I don't know. Yeah. That's just what's happening with Trump. Some other stuff happening that, like, I seen a little bit of, but I didn't really get the full gist of it, so I'm not going to speak on it too much. The whole Zelensky and Trump and J.D. Vance stuff. So it's like, I don't want to speak on it because I don't want to speak misinformed or ill-informed. So, yeah. But yeah, I definitely read and seen that he signed an executive order to bring English as the national language of America. Which is like, there are so many other things you could be doing, bro. But whatever. His base is probably loving this. Yeah. And that's Trump. Nextly, real quick, just into basketball real quick, because football has ended, so I'm kind of into basketball. Not the most, but I'm kind of into it. There were some trades going around. Jimmy Butler went to the Golden State Warriors, and they're looking like a revitalized team. Draymond Green said they're going to win a championship this year. I don't know about that, but I could see them definitely getting to the playoffs and causing some havoc and wreaking some havoc in the playoffs. But the biggest trade, and it like broke the internet really. I don't know if you've been living under a rock if you haven't heard this, but yeah, Luka got traded to the Lakers. Yes, Luka Doncic from the the Mavericks, the Dallas Mavericks, got traded to the Lakers for AD, and it's like a couple other pieces. But the main part of the trade is Luka to LA and AD to the Mavericks, right? But everybody has talked about that. I want to talk about, bro, the Mavs meltdown, bro. That's what I'm calling it. The Mavericks meltdown. The Dallas Mavericks meltdown, bro. In the past month and a half, I'm gonna just give you the timeline. Just listen to this. So on February 1st, the Mavs trade happens. Luka to the Lakers, right? AD to the Mavericks. On February 2nd, Nico Harrison, the GM who called for this trade and made this trade happen, he has a press conference that goes over terribly. He says things like, "Oh, I don't even know if I'm gonna be here in the next few years," like stuff like that. So basically, he tried to. It was supposed to be like a cleanup press conference, but he just made things worse, right? Right. February 4th. February 4th. Luka was introduced by the Lakers, and the Mavs also traded Quentin Grimes to the Sixers. Okay. Yeah, because Luka got there and he was hurt initially, so he wasn't playing. But yeah, he got acclimated and everything. So yeah, February 7th, the Mavs introduced Anthony Davis to the team. Anthony Davis is there, Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson. They got some pieces. It's like the trade, they were trying to make good of the trade, and honestly, in all honesty, the trade wasn't like, it was just a monumental, like, impactful trade, because it's like, who trades a star player in their prime? Like, Luka is 25, like, and statistically speaking, people don't, the NBA players don't really even hit their prime until like 27, 28. So he was kind of 2 years away from his prime, just statistically speaking. And yeah, they traded him away. So that was that. They also, he couldn't get the Supermax and all this other. We're not really talking about that, right? But we're talking about them being introduced to the team. The teams, you look at them both on paper, both teams kind of got better, if I'm being honest. But Luka is such a monumental player, you don't trade him, right? Okay, so on February 8th, the next day after Anthony Davis gets introduced to the team, February 8th, he debuts, he dominates, goes crazy in the game. Then he gets hurt in that game, okay? They put him out for the season. It's hopeful that he might come back in the last 2 weeks of the season, but we don't really know. But just listen. So that's February 8th. February 9th, Dirk Nowitzki attends Luka's Lakers debut, and the Mavs eject fans for saying fire Nico. So on February 9th, you have these two different games happening. The Dirk Nowitzki, he goes and watches Luka's Lakers debut, and it was a little lackluster, if we're being honest. But he had to get acclimated to the team and everything. We just got traded. He's there with LeBron James. Like, this is two of the best playmakers arguably ever in the game of basketball, too, and just high IQ, all that shit, right? So that's happening. But then in the Mavs game, they eject fans because they were chanting fire Nico, the GM, remember, who made all of this trade happen, right? February 12th, this is 3 days later, SMU students start screaming fire Nico and chanting fire Nico at a game because he goes to a game as, like, I guess a scout, whatever. So now it's February 15th. The Mavs assistant Daryl Armstrong gets arrested for aggravated assault, right? That's just a fold into just like the meltdown of the Mavs. Not a major fold, but a fold nonetheless. We're on to February 21st. There's a Mavs music video that gets played in the arena or whatever, and it's players that are cut out because, they're not on the team anymore. And then Dirk talks for the first time to Kevin Garnett about how everything has just been really weird, right? So basically just adding a little bit more Dirk to the Mavs name, right? Now it's February 25th. Luka makes his debut against the Mavericks and leads the Lakers to a victory with a triple-double. He had like 19 points, 12 and 10 or something like that, right? He went crazy. LeBron had like 27. Austin Reeves had like 21, 22. Like, yeah, they're a good team. They're a good team, bro. It is what it is. So now we're on to February 28th. Luka Doncic mural is revealed in Dallas because they still love Luka. And if you haven't been noticing, or if you haven't heard or read about it, seen about it, whatever, bro, fans in Dallas are going crazy. As you heard, it was saying fire Nico in the arena, but they showed up to the Mavs, the arena, with like coffins and stuff for Luka Doncic, just like RIP and all of this other, the fans was hurt. So that happens. Now it's March 1st. Quentin Grimes, who got traded to the traded to the Sixers. He goes for 44 points, right? Still balling. Another fold, not a major fold, but a fold. That hurt. He was just on our team. He dropping 44 for the Sixers. March 3rd, the Mavs decide that they're going to raise ticket prices at least 8% next year, right? And then Kyrie goes down with a knee injury, but at least he heroically stands in the game. He's in the game. He makes his 2 foul shots and then gets carried off of the court, right? Tears on his eyes, everything. It's such a beautiful moment. And the beautiful moment is he's putting his life on the line for the game. That's just how much he loves the game, right? But then the very next day, Kyrie Irving is officially diagnosed with a torn ACL in the left knee, ending the 2024-2025 season. Bro, the Mavs lost Luka Doncic. Got AD for Luka. Lost AD. Kyrie balling. Lose Kyrie. All within a month. Bro, it's March 5th right now. All of this happened from February 1st to March 5th. And they have just been losing and losing and losing games, bro. That is something that needs to be studied. Nico Harrison needs to be exiled out of the Dallas area and never to return. Yeah, you're right. You're not going to be there in a couple years. You might not even be there next year. If I were the major owners of this team, because what is that, bro? Look at the domino effect that he just set in, you just set into play by doing one of the craziest moves anybody has ever seen in the NBA. And everybody is speculating, they did this because the NBA was losing ratings and we needed something. We needed a wow factor in the NBA, something to get people watching again. Well, you definitely got people watching again because that is absolutely crazy. And while the Lakers have been on a crazy win streak, I think they've won 16 of their last 19 games. The Mavs have been on a losing streak. Dog, if I was Nico Harrison, you wouldn't even have to tell me, bro, I'm quitting. No, I guess he can't. He got to ride it out because he made the decision. And the decision was crazy. But I don't even know, bro. That shit is wild. That is wild as hell. And, shit. The Lakers got a good chance. With Luka and LeBron, they have a really, really, really good chance to make it to at least the Western Conference Finals because OKC, they're gonna be in the Western Conference Finals. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And yeah, they are deep, bro, and they be balling. Shai Gilgeous, Alexander, don't forget the A, SGA. He is the MVP this year. I think he averaging 32. That boy going crazy. Yeah, the Lakers got a good chance. If AD could stay healthy, they could have had a good chance too. Because Kyrie, Clay, and AD, that's a decent three. While Clay is a little washed, he can still put up points. And you got Kyrie running the point, bro. And Kyrie he's been balling. He's been holding it down for them while they've been in a losing streak. But he's been balling. He's been putting up good numbers himself. But yeah, bro. I don't know. That meltdown in basketball, for the Mavs is just crazy. But nextly, also in basketball news, this is basketball kind of gossip. But yeah. Anthony Edwards files motion to deny visitation and custody to his 4-month-old daughter with Aisha Howard, but also celebrates the birthday of his quote-unquote planned daughter, Aislinn. It's Aislynn. Aislinn. I'm gonna say maybe Aislinn, but her birthday. Apparently, he has 4 kids, but only openly claims the one, Aislinn. So Anthony Edwards is out here wilding. Dog, he got 4 kids right now, and they're all kind of all around the same age. So the baby moms is, as I just said, Aisha Howard, who is also little baby's baby mom, which is just weird to me. Like, she like that one girl that got she got a kid from Future and a football player or something, and I think somebody else too. She got like three famous baby dads, bro. That is absolutely crazy. But yeah, their baby is named Aubrey, little baby girl. She's a cute little baby girl. Then you got Shannon Jackson. That's the one. That's his, I guess, girlfriend, fiance, the one that he's with, and they have Aslan, the one that he claims that he just celebrated his birthday with on Instagram. And, well, obviously, he posted on Instagram, but he celebrated her birthday with them and everything, had a party and everything. Then there's Deja, couldn't find her last name, but Deja the influencer, her daughter Eris, okay? And then there's Allie D, another influencer, and her son Amir. So, yeah, and they're all around 1, 2. I think I was not a few episodes ago, but episodes back, I was reading the text messages with one of the girls that he was talking about and telling her to get rid of the baby or something. So, or no, this was a girl that, I think it was a girl that he was messing with, and she actually did, she did get the abortion or something. I don't know, but all in all, Anthony Edwards, bro, you wildin', dog. And it's crazy, signing off parental rights is absolutely kind of crazy. Not kind of at all. It's absolutely crazy. Especially, too, when you have the means to take care of these children. But I'm guessing if you don't want them in your life, okay, I guess. And you told her not to have an abortion. All right, I hear all of that. But, bro, the life is here now. Y'all could just be smart, and wear condoms. Actually, no. A nigga like you need to get a vasectomy, bro. Get a fucking vasectomy. They're reversible. If you want to have kids later in life with a wife or something, do that. But go get a vasectomy, dog. You running around shooting the club up in all these random women. That's absolutely crazy. And I get you got the means for it or whatever. But, dog, you are creating lives. You're creating lives, and you're creating broken homes. And while I give you a lot of the blame, I also give some of the women the blame too, because if y'all know this man's track record, why are you openly, I know why you're openly doing it, because you look at it as a payday. This baby is going to get me paid for the next 18 years of my life. I get that, don't agree with it at all, but I understand that play. So you have fault in this because you've seen it. He's Anthony Edwards. We've all seen it. Everyone's talked about it on all different platforms and podcasts and everything. We know this man be out here making babies and don't be taking care of them. And then you lining right up to be next. Well, he gonna put a baby in me and I'm gonna hit the jackpot. That's absolutely crazy. Y'all don't care about these children's lives that y'all are literally affecting for the rest of their lives. Anthony Edwards is literally creating the lives of Dennis Rodman's kids right now. I remember, I forget their kid's name, but there's one of Dennis Rodman's kids came out and was like, yo, that's not my dad. I don't fuck with him. We don't fuck with each other. Da, 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 da. And it's yeah, if you just made me, it don't matter if you're giving money, dog. A child needs 2 parents. They need a dad and a mom. That's just what it is. Or mom and mom, dad and dad, whatever. I don't really care about all that other shit. Whatever you do is what you do. But if you make a baby, bro, raise the baby. That's the point. That is it. That is the bottom line. If you make a baby, raise the baby. Why is that so hard for you niggas out here? Just because you got money, that does not absolve you from your responsibilities. It just does. That's not how these things work. Like, I know TV and everything might make it seem like that. Oh, like, I got money, I can just pay for it to go away. I mean, yeah, but dog, what happens when that kid is 15, 16 years old? And they looking for their father. Or a father fixed something. They're looking for their dad. Their biological dad. Then what? Like, I don't understand that shit. I don't understand that whole, like, the whole clusterfuck of what happens with that, with the celebrities and them, and like women just lining up to get pregnant from celebrities. Like, I don't get that. Like, where is y'all morals? Where is y'all values? Like, yeah, that's just crazy to me. And it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. And obviously maybe I feel like this now because of feel more like this because of Princeton, but no, like, this was always me. Like, no. That's weird as shit. Like, that is very weird to me. On both sides. Why are you willingly shooting and coming in all these different women? Knowing you, like, bro, you are a millionaire. You know that's what they want. You know they want millionaire sperm to, like, you know that. So why, like, you don't even, listen, even if you don't, like, pull out something, bro, just be smarter. If you don't use the condom, don't get the vasectomy, be smarter. You know that's what they looking for. And on the woman's side, like, while I don't agree with it, and I kind of think it's grotesque and all of that, how can you really blame them? Because these niggas be stupid. They be stupid. That's dumb. That's real dumb. You know that you are worth X amount of millions of dollars. You know that these women they would love to get pregnant by you. Why do you not take the correct measure? Why do you not take the correct steps to make sure they don't get pregnant by you? Enjoy your life. Fuck whoever you want to fuck, bro. Just be smart. Just don't come in these random girls that you meet one night in fucking, I don't know, Boston, Atlanta, like, you be everywhere. You're an NBA player. So I'm sure, especially after a win, you a young turnt nigga. So you go out and get lit. Like, I get that. You Anthony, you him right now. All the bitches want you. I get it. Just be smart. This is absolutely stupid as hell. Like, this is crazy. And I listen to, you know, what I say. I listen to Nightcap and all that shit and all the whatever podcasts I be listening to, and they got money, so they fine with this. They kind of fine with it. They like, hey, as long as you can afford them, like, y'all don't give a fuck about the lives that y'all are affecting. Money does not fix and solve everything. It solves a lot. Don't get me wrong. It solves a whole lot. But, dog, come on. These are lives that y'all are creating and just, like, throwing to the wayside. That has to amount and account for something. That's crazy to me. Yeah. But, off that, that's what I'm like, I guess, kind of current little shit I wanted to do. So the basic point of this episode, really, after I just went off about all of that stuff, is, it's my TV episode, man. It's my TV episode. I don't know why, but something made me go into, like, a deep dive of just different TV shows that I liked and everything. So I came up, excuse me, it's my water cup. See, I got Steelers stickers on it. I'm a child at heart. Leave me alone. Excuse me. So, I came up with a bunch of different topics and categories. And I'm going to just give y'all, like, this is kind of like not kind of like, but other than all the stuff that I was just talking about, the rest of this episode really, other than current events, well, no, not the rest of this episode, but the majority of the rest of this episode is going to be lists, but it's going to be different TV categories, all right? So, the first one I got is top 5 theme songs, okay? So, where am I start at? Okay, here we go, yeah. So, at number 5, The best instrumental theme song of all time is Law and Order. I believe it's an SBU one, but yes, Law and Order is the absolute best instrumental theme song of all time. That boom boom doom 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 bow 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 bow. Come on, dog, that's a banger. I'm really surprised nobody's ever rapped over that because that shit is hard. And then when they come in with the little melody, come on, bro. That is a fucking hit. I don't care what nobody says. That is a hit. That's a hit. But that's at your number 5 spot. So then you got at number 4. Now, this is kind of this might be an unpopular opinion for some people, but for me at that number 4 spot, True Blood. When you came in, the air went out. And every shadow filled up with doubt. Come on, bro. Come on. I don't know who the fuck that country motherfucker is who be singing that song, but he be singing the shit out of that song. He said, I don't know who you think you are, but before the night is through, I'm gonna do bad things with you. Come on, bro. They go crazy on that shit. They go crazy on that. At the number 4 spot, you got True Blood, bro. Then, at the number 3 spot, one of the most iconic shows of the 90s, Living Single. Come on, bro. We know what happened. We know the whole story with Living Single and how Friends came and stole their whole sauce and everything. We know all of that. And we know, hey, Friends is a good theme song too. But that's just stealing the sauce because you had to have an iconic theme song with that show because, yeah, it's just what it was. But we are living and single. Oh, in the 90s kind of world. I'm glad I got my girl. Keep your head up. What? Keep your head up. That's right. Come on, bro. Banger. Shout out Queen Latifah. Banger. That's a banger. And then at the number 2 spot, we going cartoon here. Now, when I say this, you're going to think you know what I'm talking about, but no, you don't. You was probably thinking SpongeBob. Nope. Great theme song. It is. Great show. But that's not where we're going. We're going, what's new, Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. We're gonna solve that mystery. Come on, dog. I don't know who the fuck that artist was, but he went crazy. They went crazy on What's New, Scooby-Doo, bro. Come on. Stop playing with me. What's New, Scooby-Doo is number 2 all time. And at the number 1 spot, the best theme song of all time. You're thinking it. I know it. Here it is. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spend most of my days. Chilling out. Bro, I can sit here and sing this and you will sing that shit with me word for word. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. That is the best TV theme song of all time. Shout out Will Smith. Shout out everybody that was on the show. Yeah. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Bro, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, everybody know that song. Every race knows that theme song. And excuse me. I gotta be real. With this category, we have some honorable mentions. As I said, Friends. Friends does have a really great theme song, but it's not top 5 for me. I would probably put it at maybe like 8, 7, 9, somewhere around there. But it's always gonna was gonna be this way. The theme song was the best part of that show, bro. That's just what it is for me. And then you got Sanford and Son. I put that one in there for my dad. he loved Sanford and Son, and that shit hard too though. That shit is hard. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And then you got Golden Girls. Now, thank you for being a friend. Yeah, Golden Girls. That's a good genre right there. So those is your honorable mentions. Those is your top 5 TV theme songs of all times. Then we're going to your most loved TV characters, okay? So, this one, a couple of the categories is going to have honorable mentions, but this one, no honorable mentions on this one. So, at the number 5 spot, we got that boy SpongeBob. Everybody loves SpongeBob. Everybody, like, bro, you love SpongeBob and you was like 7, and you still love SpongeBob and you like 27 and 47, 57. SpongeBob is just an annoyingly lovable character. That's the perfect description for SpongeBob. Annoyingly lovable. All right? Then you got Lafayette from True Blood. If you watch True Blood, this nigga was gay as hell, but he didn't fuck around. He was gay as hell, but he meant business. And he would let you know that he was gay. He was openly and flamboyantly gay. But if you fucking called him, or if you tried to disrespect him on that, he was going to fuck you up. And if you tried to disrespect him on his blackness, he was also going to fuck you up. So, yeah, and he was just cool as shit. He was cool as shit. And he made them fucking racist people eat that AIDS burger. If you remember the scene. You feel me? Yeah. So number 4 is Lafayette from True Blood. And then you got number 3, Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones. The Imp, the Halfman, all of that shit. That little nigga is a mastermind and manipulative and just smart as hell. And he always figure out ways to get out of some very, very dire situations. Shout out to Tyrion Lannister. I'm currently watching Game of Thrones right now. And, yeah, this is my first time watching it. Because at first that wasn't really like my twist. But, like, this is one of Angela's favorite shows. So she has finally got me to watch it. And I'm enjoying it. I'm not lying. I'm enjoying it. Then you got, at the number 2 spot, you got Leslie Knope from Parks and Recreation. I love Leslie Knope. She was a great character. She was in that SpongeBob category, that annoyingly lovable character. Very, very just like corny, clumsy, but funny, lovable, and kind of like a humanitarian. And she cared about her employees and all of her other coworkers and everything. Shout out to you, Leslie Knope. And the number 1 spot, actually the number 2 spot is basically the female version of the number 1 spot. But the number 1 spot, Michael Scott from The Office, best, most lovable character, most loved character in TV history. You just loved Michael, bro. He was stupid as hell, but he just made you laugh all the time. There's so many different episodes of The Office that are just like... when his rap video with the white, or when he bought that little ass flat screen TV, or when he had the people over and he was just talking about the vasectomy with Jan, snip snaps. Yo, Michael Scott, most loved character on TV of all time. Yeah, so now because we did the most loved, we got to do the most hated. And at the number 5 spot, we got, excuse me, sorry, yeah. These are the most, the top 5 hated people on TV, right? So at the number 5 spot, we got Piper Chapman from The Orange is the New Black. Now, myself personally, I didn't really hate Piper, but like, I'm putting her in this spot because you was the main character of Orange is the New Black. But everybody I ask, anybody who talks about this show, you was the one that we cared the least about. We loved Red and fucking Poussey and even Donna's character and like Crazy Eyes. We loved all of them way more. We fucked with them and loved them way more than you. And you were the main character of the show. So in my eyes, that would put you at the number 5 most hated spot on TV, right? Most hated TV characters. Some people can have better answers for that one, but that's where I'm putting you at. You're number 5. And then at the number 4 spot, you got Dinkelberg. And Dinkelberg is there because, dog, fuck Dinkelberg. Like, I don't know what the beef really was. Like, I don't fully know what the beef really was with Timmy Turner's dad and Dinkelberg. But I felt, dog, I felt Timmy's dad. I felt that shit whenever he said Dinkelberg. I was right there with him, like, fuck you, Dinkelberg. I didn't curse because I was a little kid, but yeah. And I feel like I'm not alone there. I feel like I'm definitely not alone there. So Dinkelberg gotta get the number 4 spot. And then the number 3 spot, Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell. Now, Zach Morris, as a kid, I kind of thought Zach was cool, I'm not gonna lie. But then as I got older and I watched that show more, I'm like, yo, Zach is actually like a dickhead. Zach is a terrible person. Bro, it's so bad to the point where there is literally a podcast to this day called Zach Morris is Trash, where they go back and like rewatch episodes of Saved by the Bell and basically just break down how terrible of a person Zach Morris was. Definitely number 3 of all time most hated characters. The number 2 spot, fucking Caillou from his show. That little bald-head little bastard. I hate him. He fucking cry all the time. He a little crybaby, and he teach kids to be crybabies. Fuck Caillou, and fuck Caillou, bro. Fuck that little bald-head little bitch. And I don't know if he bald, if he got cancer or nothing. I don't know, but no. I hope he don't. But I don't fuck with Caillou, and I know a lot of people don't fuck with Caillou. He is the number 2 most hated character of all time. And then you got the number 1 spot, Joffrey from Game of Thrones. This little shit, bro. Listen, I'm past as to where he died, and I was so fucking happy when he died because he was an asshole, bro. He was fucking terrible, and the fact that like he played that character so well, like Angela told me that like he wound up getting like death threats and shit because people hated him so much, and rightfully so, because bro. This nigga was terrible, dog. Worst dude ever in TV history to me and to a lot of other people. Fuck you, Joffrey. I'm glad that you died in the show. I'm waiting for your mama to die, Cersei. But she needed to go next. But Joffrey was fucking crazy. And the fact, like, he was just a terrible person and he thrived in his terribleness. And honestly, the way he died, I wasn't that satisfied. I wanted somebody to fuck him up because he deserved that. He died from poison, which was cool, I guess. But no, he should have died worse. So, yeah. So those are your most loved and your most hated. So, now we're going into, still in TV, but now I got actors you only know as their character, okay? Now, this is a good one. To me, at least. I hope y'all are enjoying my little topics that I'm talking about on TV. I really don't know what made me go into a whole deep dive on just like TV and all that other shit, but yeah, it happened. So we're here, and that's why I got the pod to do stuff like this when I have little ideas. So actors you only know as their character. First, real quick, we'll have some honorable mentions. Carlton. I know all of these actors and shit because, yeah, I just know them. But Carlton, you know Carlton. I know Carlton. Yeah, Carlton. And then Cole from Martin. Sidebar, Cole is one of my favorite characters in TV history, bro. That nigga said, we give him the soup for free, and then we rent him spoon. That shit still makes me laugh to this day. It's one of my favorite characters ever. But, alright. Excuse me. At the number 5 spot, honestly, these ones don't really got to be ranked, but this is the list that is going down. But number 5 spot, you got Screech. Yeah. I think he might have tried some other stuff as like another actor, and it didn't work because he played Screech so well. And yeah, man, I think he recently died in the past few years. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. If he did, R.I.P. Then you got Urkel. Urkel is up there. Gotta put Urkel up there. Yeah, I know he definitely tried to do like different acting stuff that didn't really work out for him, but he was so known as Urkel to the point where, like, in today's time, he got his own weed strain, his own weed strain called like Purple Urkel or something like that. So yeah, he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just lean into it. If I can't be myself, Jaleel White, I gotta be Urkel. So Purple Urkel. Shout out to Urkel. And then you got that boy, Dwight K. Schrute. I say his last name wrong all the time. It's Schrute. Schrute. I always say Schrute. But Dwight K. Schrute from The Office, obviously. Yeah, bro. He played that character so good that people call the actor still, his name is Rainn Wilson, they call him Dwight still. And he actually don't like that. But to me, I feel like you should take that as a badge of honor because you played the character so well and people love this character so much that that's what they want to call you. Like, you are that person to them. I feel like that's a badge of honor to me. But if that's not what you like, okay. Then you got excuse me. You got Franklin Saint from Snowfall. I think right now he's just Franklin Saint because we haven't really seen him in anything else that has been as monumental as Snowfall was. So because he's still young and he has a chance to still be known as his actual actor name, Damson Idris. But right now he's Franklin Saint because he played the shit out of that character. Then you got Uncle Phil. Rest in peace to James Avery. He's done a lot of stuff. But once he started doing the Uncle Phil character in like I forget exactly when Fresh Prince started, but once he did the Uncle Phil character on Fresh Prince, that's who he was. He is forever and always be known as Uncle Phil to the black community. Not even to the black community, to the world. That's Uncle Phil. To the point that J. Cole put him in his song First Thing First, Rest in Peace, Uncle Phil. For real. You're the only father that I ever knew. Come on. He ain't say Rest in Peace, James Avery. He said Rest in Peace, Uncle Phil, because you are Uncle Phil to the black community. That's just what it is. It's to everyone. For real. You're Uncle Phil. And then you got the last one, to me, the only one that has two characters. And depending on your age, really, it depended on, like, if you are under the age of, let's say, let's say 24. If you're under 24, you know this character as Rochelle from Everybody Hates Chris. And that's Rochelle. But if you're over the age of 24, you know this character as Pam. And that's Pam. She's the only one that I know that have two iconic characters in the culture. So shout out to you, Tashina Arnold. If I were ranking this, you would be the number one because, bro, you have two characters that people know you by. And depending on their age, that's what they call you. So yeah, you legend. You a legend, bro. Ma'am. And then off of that, we got baddest TV moms, bro. I love this topic. I love this category. But yes, so at the number 5 spot, we got Aunt Becky from Full House. And you're like, oh no, Aunt Becky, she's not a mom, she's an aunt. Nigga, she had the twins. She had the twins with Uncle Jesse. Those was her kids. She's a mom. She was just Aunt Becky to Stephanie, DJ, and Michelle. But she had her own kids. Aunt Becky, she was a bad little white John with the blonde hair. Becky with the good hair. Maybe that was about you. Maybe that was about you. Who knows? Then you got Xiomara from Jane the Virgin. Yeah, bro, she was just bad as shit. Yeah. How you like? Jane was a character, but the mom was badder than Jane. How your mom badder than you? I know that's got to be a hurt piece for girls in real life because you see that. You see that the girl could be pretty, she could be cute, but then you see the mom and she like, God damn. That's how it was with Jane and Xiomara and Jane the Virgin. Then you got Gloria Delgado Pritchett from Modern Family. Keeping it real with you, bro. Sofia Vergara just look good as shit. Like, that's just what it is. She has looked good, like, my whole life. I don't even know how old that lady is. And I don't think she don't age, bro. I feel like she has looked this good and looked the same way since I was probably like, I don't know, very young. Very, very young. And then you got at the number, what was that? I did at the number 5, 4, 3, 2. At the number 2 spot, the second baddest TV mom of ever, Angie Martinez from the George Lopez show, bro. Bad as hell. And honestly, she really could have the number 1 spot if it wasn't for this most beautiful, most graceful, angelic, amazing, beautifully pretty-faced woman that I've ever seen in my life. At the number 1 spot, Claire Huxtable from The Cosby Show, bro. That woman has been pretty and is still pretty beautiful. She been beautiful since the fucking 80s, bro. And it's probably been, well, obviously, because she was a full-grown woman in the 80s. Look at Claire Huxtable on The Cosby Show, bro. She still got, like, that shit was shot in the 80s to the 90s, and she still got beauty that can compete with women and shit that is being out now, bro. And, yeah, she been bad as shit since the 80s. Obviously, she was badder before, but I feel like that's when she came on the scene in the 80s. So, yes, Felicia Rashad, Claire Huxtable, the baddest TV mom of all time. Of all time. And there's no arguing that. Ever. You cannot argue that. Oh, my goodness. And then, where we at? So, we getting through our little TV segment that we was talking about. I got just 2 more. And this one is the best comedy TV shows of all time. This is for me. At the number 5 spot, I'm putting In Living Color. And Living Color is there because, bro, 1, it's funny as shit. 2, it started so many legendary careers. The Wayans aside, because obviously we know that's where Sean Marlon got their start, but that was a creation of Keenan Wayans, the first brother to break with all his movies in the like late to mid 80s. Then Damon Wayans got his big break from there. And yeah, they're just Wayans aside. You also got Kim Wayans. Wayans aside, Jim Carrey was there. Jamie Foxx was there. Jennifer Lopez was there. David Alan Grier was there. I can't think of her name right now. But yeah, a lot of people. A lot. Just off all those names I just said, you don't really need anymore. And the reason why the Super Bowl halftime is what it is today is because of In Living Color. Because they put on a funny-ass halftime show in like 91, 92, somewhere around there. And they took all the viewers from the halftime that was happening, some bullshit marching band shit, and then yeah, everybody was watching In Living Color and then went back to the game. So then the very next year they had Michael Jackson. So they created the Super Bowl halftime show, and the show is just funny as shit. It got a bunch of iconic moments, and yeah, if you haven't watched it, and I honestly think it's the best sketch comedy show. Like, and we're talking out of Saturday Night Live, Mad TV, Key and Peele, Dave Chappelle. To me, In Living Color is funnier than all of them. Dave Chappelle's show, though, is right there. So they're like neck and neck. So if you want to argue that Dave Chappelle's show should be here, okay. But I'm putting In Living Color. Then you got the number 4 spot, The Simpsons. That's just a classic show, bro. It's been running for 20 years. It's funny. It's witty. And it predicts the future. So, yeah, that's the number 4 spot. At the number 3 spot, you got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Personally, one of my favorite shows ever. Very funny. Very, like, it has great stories, everything. Just a great show. Bunch of iconic moments in the show. Yeah, so at the number 3 spot, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Then you got, at the number 2 spot of all time, The Office. The Office is the number 2 funniest show of all time. As I was just talking about The Office with Michael Scott and everything, but you know, you got Dwight, Michael, Jim, Pam, fucking, who else? Toby. Yeah, just a bunch of amazing characters. Great show, great show. But at the number 1 spot, and I'm probably a little biased with this, and y'all can argue with me for the number 2 and the number 1 spot, but the number 1 spot is Martin, bro. You cannot beat Martin. Martin is a comfort show for so many Black Americans. Martin is just funny. It's always been funny. You can watch that shit. It don't matter how many times you watch Martin. It's always going to be funny. So, yeah, at the number 1 spot, Martin is there. And to round out my TV episode, we're going the greatest shows of all time. This is the greatest TV shows of all time, period. Okay? So, I've talked about a good amount of these, but a little bit. At the number 5 spot, you got Law & Order SVU. Specifically SVU. Detective Benson. Yeah. Whatever the name of the character that Ice Cube played. I think it's like Togadova, some shit like that. Some weird. Yeah. But Law & Order SVU, you know, it follows the detectives of the Special Victims Unit as they investigate and prosecute sexually based crimes. Some of the episodes are loosely based on real crimes that have received media attention. Number 5 spot, Law & Order SVU. Then at the number 4 spot, you got Breaking Bad, bro. Breaking Bad is an amazing show. It follows the life of Walter White, a teacher who was diagnosed with stage 3 lung cancer and turns to a life of crime. He was selling that meth. So this show was so good, bro, that they started locking up Sudafed because they was doing that shit in the show. So the show was so good and so like groundbreaking that they started locking up Sudafed at your local drugstores. But yeah, he turns to a life of crime. And he does that to secure his family's financial future before he dies. At the number 4 spot, that's Breaking Bad. And then at the number 3 spot, you got The Sopranos. Great show, HBO show. It follows the life of a family man and a mob boss in Tony Soprano who struggles to balance the two and reluctantly explores the 2 roles in his life in therapy. Good show, great show. The finale episode is arguably, like, people say it's either one of the best episodes of TV or one of the worst episodes of TV ever. The way it ended, it just kind of like shut off, but yeah. Then at the number 2 spot, you got The Wire. And Auto gave us one of the most, how can I put this? Impactful characters or just like enticing characters of TV history in Michael K. Williams. I forget what the fuck was his name? But yeah, his character was like a gay gangster. Omar, I think that was his name. Yeah. He would come through, shoot shit up, but then go fuck with dude. Like, hey, great character. Great show. Number 2 show of all time. If you don't know, it looks at the narcotic scene in Baltimore through the eyes of law enforcers and as well as the drug dealers and the users. So, really good show. Really, really good show. And then at the number 1 spot, you got the Game of Thrones. Based on the novel. Listen, I didn't even finish it yet, but bro, I can tell. And I do my little research before all of this stuff. I can tell this is one of the greatest shows of all time. Well, the greatest show of all time. A lot of these different lists. This, like, I do my research. How I do these lists is like, I know what I feel, and then I go check other lists out there and see where it's like, where we're at, and da-da-da-da. You feel me? But yeah, Game of Thrones was on everyone's list as one of the best shows of all time. I seen it at 1, I seen it at 3, I seen it at 2. I've never seen it anything lower than 4. So to me, number 1. It's number 1. It's based on the novel A Song of Fire and Ice by George R.R. Martin. Game of Thrones is, the depiction of 2 powerful families, kings and queens, knights and renegades, liars and honest men, playing a deadly game for control of the 7 kingdoms of Westeros and to sit on top of the Iron Throne. So, those are all that's my little main segment of my TV episode. And just to get into my last couple of topics for the day, I did a Facebook prompt today. And let's just go to that. The Facebook prompt was, what's the most trouble you got in at school? Obviously, if y'all don't remember, I'll tell you mine. I said I got suspended for terroristic threats. Motherfucking Megan McAlpin. There's the episode, Fuck You, Megan. You can go listen to that episode and get the full story. But just a little synopsis. She set my ass up good as hell, was crying her eyes out in the principal office talking about she's scared for her life because I told her I'll take her life with my heart. Stupid thing for me to say, but whatever. And we all laugh. I'm in there pleading my case, losing my mind to no avail. The principal leaves the room, and this bitch flips the script fast as fuck, looks at me and says, you shouldn't have called me names in social studies, and walks out with a smile on her face. I was suspended for 3 days. I got my ass whooped terribly for that shit. Yes, definitely the most trouble I've ever been in school. So then, we got a few different comments. So let's just read some. So this was just one. This one, somebody just commented this 30 minutes ago. Joe Bob Rolfing said he tried to play dodgeball in middle school, drew a map of the school, but decided it was lame and threw it away. The janitor took it out of the trash and called the cops, thinking I was about to attack the school. Men in suits showed up and investigated every aspect of my life. Was supposed to be suspended and to get therapy for a month. Went to one therapy session and the doctor said I was a normal kid and was back in school the next day. That is absolutely funny as hell. Shout out to you, Joe Bob. You might have the funniest fucking entry on this. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's funny as shit. Yeah, we gotta react to that. That's hilarious. And then Jaleesa, she says she got suspended for writing a note that I wanted to punch somebody in the face along with some other violent things. 3 days of ISS with double detention. All I did was vent instead of actually doing it. I guess I should have did it anyway and made the suspension worth it. Yes, Jaleesa, you should have just punched them motherfuckers. Because if you gonna get suspended for writing down that you wrote your shit down, like that's a journal. It was just a portable journal. Yeah, nah, dog. Yeah, you should have just punched them. My boy John T says he got suspended for shooting paper clips with surgical tubing at people. That's just diabolical. You was trying to hurt people. You was trying to leave them with bruises, bro. Sonny says, I hid a whole grade book away from my shop teacher freshman year. I just never took that class seriously at the time. I think I was only suspended for like 1 day for that too. Yeah, bro, that's kind of crazy. You gonna take the grade book? Taking the grade book is crazy as hell. Like, what are you doing? Then my wife, she gonna come in and say, got suspended for smoking in the school. LOL. Also got suspended for fights. Yeah. I tell Angela all the time, we probably wouldn't have been friends in high school. She's so, like, we're so lucky we met when we did, because we probably wouldn't have liked each other in high school. We were at two completely different ends of the spectrum of high school students. So, yeah. Then we got Emily Lap. Sorry, I'm not saying last name. Sorry. Emily Lapalobis. She says, skipping school, I go to homeroom and check in to hand someone who shared a lot of classes with me all my completed work to give to my teachers for the day and then dip out. I did very well in school, but my home life made it hard for me to stay in school a full day or go sometimes at all. A minimum 2 days ISS for leaving school without permission, and also got 3 days ISS for fighting, quote unquote, fighting her friend Taylor Nelson in the hallways over a boy. That wasn't that funny. I read that because I thought it was going somewhere, and yeah, but it wasn't that good. But yeah, okay, Emily. Then Anaya Jackson. Oh, shit. Then Anaya, sorry, I didn't mean to say your last name, but it's on Facebook, whatever. She says, knocked a boy out my freshman year and got a 10-day suspension and 45 days of night school. And the school pressed charges on me. And I ended up getting probation for 4 years and had to repeat freshman year. Damn, Anaya. That's a lot. Yeah. I would say you definitely got in trouble. You might have gotten the most trouble on this list. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. And then Autumn, she said she got suspended for some nigga threatening the teacher, and I laughed. She went to the office saying she felt threatened. He was in the office crying his eyes out, talking about he didn't say it. It was me, and because I didn't cry, because I didn't do that shit, I got suspended. Because they couldn't prove who it was. Only time I've ever been suspended. Damn, Bess, he set you up. He set you up, Bess. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell, Bess. And then last but not least, Abigail. This is not her real name, so I'm gonna just say who she is. Abigail Lincoln. She says she cussed her English teacher out multiple times and made the math teacher cry. And what's really funny is I was bad as fuck, but never been suspended. So, yeah. Those are all the ones that I wanted to read. Because there was some on there like, oh, I got suspended for, I got in trouble for chewing gum in class. Like, girl, nobody care about that. Oh, I was a good student. Nobody care about that. That's you not paying attention to the prompt. What are you doing? I mean, I guess you are, because I said the most trouble you ever been in school, and then that's the most trouble. But I don't believe yet, because I know you. And when we was younger, you was always on punishment. So what was you always on punishment for? So you was just bad at home and not in school? I don't believe it. You was getting on punishment for something. So, yeah. And nextly, we got Today in Black History, March 5th. Today in Black History, on this day in 1770, Crispus Attucks, a mixed sailor, interrace sailor, rope maker, and runaway, was shot and killed in what would become the Boston Massacre. R.I.P. Crispus Attucks. And then you got singer Eddie Grant's birthday. Happy birthday, Eddie Grant. He sung the song Electric Avenue. We're gonna run down to Electric Avenue and let me take it higher. That guy. Happy birthday. It's his birthday. It's also Marsha Warfield's birthday. Happy birthday. She is best known for her role in the popular sitcom from 1986 to 1992, Night Court. She played the character Roz. Shout out to her. Happy birthday. And then also And not so good news on Black History. You got the disgraced Olympic sprinter Ben Johnson was banned from athletics for life after failing a drug test for the second time. So there's your Today in Black History. That is on March 5th. And whenever you listen to this, remember this is March 5th that I just gave y'all Today in Black History. And lastly, the last segment of the day we're going to do, it's time for Celebrity Arrests. Celebrities that have been arrested. On this episode of on this segment of celebrities that have been arrested, celebrity arrest, we are talking about Lindsay Lohan. You know Lindsay Lohan, from Parent Trap, Mean Girls, Freaky Friday. Those are probably her biggest movies of her career. I'm sure we all know that she has other movies and stuff like that. But one of the it girls from the late 90s to the early 2000s. If you don't remember, Lohan was arrested numerous times between July 24, 2007 and March 19, 2013 for DUI, drug possession, and violating the terms of her probation. Because of all of that, she spent about 19 days in jail. White girl privilege. White girl celebrity privilege. So, yeah, Lindsay Lohan. And then next on Celebrity Arrests. Unfortunately, I don't want to talk about this one, but I can't be biased. I got this guy tatted on my arm, my boy, Michael Jackson. I loved his music all my life. King of Pop, the most legendary musician in my lifetime and arguably ever. He was booked and arrested on November 20th, 2003 for multiple counts of allegedly molesting a 13-year-old boy. He was tried in court and acquitted of his crimes. He ain't do it. So all that other shit, listen, y'all can have y'all opinions. I don't care. That's still my boy. He ain't do that shit. He was just a child at heart and loved kids. He was not a molester. Get that out of here. But I had to bring him up on Celebrity Arrest. Celebrities that have been arrested. So, those are all my topics for today. We got through today. I think today was a pretty good episode. Excuse me, a little thirsty there. But, yeah. Before we go, I want to give you guys a song of the day. Song of the day. Song of the day. Song of the day. It's a song of the day. Oh, my goodness. My voice went crazy there. But we are going to go with... We'll go with Mind My Business from me, HeIsMellowD, of course. And, yeah. I ain't shit yet, but I will be later in life. And don't matter about where you at in your life. You can start your journey right now, and you can go be something too. Because that's how we doing this, me and you. I don't know. I still don't fully have my last little outro. I like Joe Budden's little outro that he do. The baddies is insecure, the closed-minded want you to tell. Yeah, all that shit. That's cool. I'm going to come up with something nice. But as of right now, mine's is I ain't shit yet. But I will be later in life. So come on and join the Ima Shut Up family, and everything's going to be quite all right. Yeah, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, retweet, repost, all of that good stuff so this podcast can grow. I want you to make it a great day or not. The choice is yours, little bitch. Smoke my weed in my mind. I smoke my weed in my business.
Yeah, I smoke my weed and mind my business. I smoke my weed and mind my business. Yeah, I smoke my weed and mind my business. I smoke my weed and mind my business. Young nigga doing push-ups like it's fitness. Big spliffs, no, I do not pass them unless it's to my girl, cause she a part of me. I fell for her cause our first link she bought her own tree. And you might think that's weird, but that's rare around here. Cause bitches always scheming for the smoke up. I keep an ounce around for comfort, smoke a couple, then I slumber. Then I wake up, put some strudels in the toaster. I like gas, I like cash, I love squeezing on some mask. Got 140 on the dash in the Chevy, whipping fast. Smoking gas, counting cash with my girl, squeezing ass. Got 140 on the dash and Impala. I smoke my weed and mind my business. Yeah, I smoke my weed and mind my business. I smoke my weed and mind my business. Yeah, I smoke my weed and mind my business. Mind my business, smoke my weed, come through dripping, counting greens. I do not fuck with the lean, Mary Jane is all I need. I treat my girlfriend like a queen, she the realest on my team. I'm just staying out the way, out here low-key making plays. I like gas, I like cash, I love squeezing on some mask. Got 140 on the dash in the Chevy, whipping fast. Smoking gas, counting cash with my girl, squeezing ass. Got 140 on the dash and Impala. I smoke my weed and mind my business. Yeah, I smoke my weed and mind my business. I smoke my weed and mind my business.